and thank you for tuning in to today's special edition of Matty P's Afternoon Mix. You're here, right here, live on 90.1 WIUP FM. Gonna do something similar to what I did last week in terms of the decades in order. So we're gonna start with the 1960s again and bring you a classic as per usual. Start off with Space Odyssey by David Bowie, right here on 90.1 WIUP FM. Once again, you are listening to Matty P's Afternoon Mix.
Ground control to Major Tom.
That was, once again, Space Oddity by David Bowie. Rest in peace to an absolute legend, David Bowie. Gonna hop into another 1960s classic with Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin right here on 90.1 WIUP FM. This is Matty P's Afternoon Mix.
So long, it's not true.
You just heard People Are Strange by The Doors, followed by Hey Joe by the Jimi Hendrix Experience. That's going to conclude the 1960s portion of today's show. But don't worry, after a quick break, we're going to hop right into the 1970s portion with a classic, Sultans of Swing by Dire Straits. You're listening to Matty P's Afternoon Mix right here on 90.1 WIUP FM.
You get a shiver in the dark, it's raining in the park, but meantime
That was Don't Bring Me Down by Electric Light Orchestra. Gonna have our last song from the 1970s portion of today's show with Have a Cigar by Pink Floyd. You're listening to Matty P's Afternoon Mix right here on 90.1 WIUP FM. All right, once again, that was Have a Cigar by Pink Floyd. We're going to hop into our 1980s portion of today's show with Sail Away, Sweet Sister by Queen. You're listening to Matty P's Afternoon Mix on your alternative source, 90.1 WIUP FM.
Hey little babe, you're changing. Babe, are you feeling sore? It ain't no use in pretending you don't wanna play no more. It's plain that you ain't no baby.
and you know what they said, well, some of it was true. London calling at the top of the dial, and after all this, won't you give me a smile?
You just heard Private Eyes by Hall & Oates, followed by London Calling by The Clash. Gonna take a short break here and then back to the music. Gonna finish out our 80s portion of today's show with Sarah by Fleetwood Mac. You're listening to 90.1. This is Matty P's Afternoon Mix.
Wait a minute, baby. Stay with me a while. said you give me life, but you never told me about the fire.
Just heard Sarah by Fleetwood Mac. Going to take a quick break and then hop into our 1990s portion with All Apologies by Nirvana. You're listening to Matty P's Afternoon Mix right here on 90.1 WIUP FM. You're listening to Matty P's Afternoon Mix on 90.1 WIUP FM. You just heard Electioneering by Radiohead. Gonna get into the final song of our 1990s portion here with Wood by Alice in Chains. Once again, you're listening to 90.1 WIUP FM. Don't touch that dial. You just heard Radiohead with Nude off their 2007 album In Rainbows that Once again, we'll start the 2000s portion of today's show. Going to hop into an Arctic Monkeys track here with Cornerstone off their 2010 album Humbug. You're listening to your alternative source, 90.1 WIUP FM.
I thought I saw you in the battleship, but it was only a look-alike. She was nothing but a vision trick. Under the warning light, she was close, close enough to be your ghost. But my chances turned to toast when I asked her if I could call her your name. She might understand that she was close, or you couldn't get much closer. She said, I'm really not supposed to, but yes, you can call me anything you want. Electrified, my love is better, it's crystallized, so mine could be the diamond fused with who's next.
You just heard DLZ by TV on the Radio, and before that was 1251 by The Strokes and Marty Bum by the Arctic Monkeys. Gonna hop into the 2010s portion here with Giving Up the Gun by Vampire Weekend. You're listening to Matty P's Afternoon Mix on your alternative source, 90.1 WIUP FM. That was The Moment by Tame Impala. You're listening to Matty P's Afternoon Mix on Indiana's only public radio station. This is 90.1 WIUP FM. Up next, we'll continue the 2010s portion with Robbers by the 1975. You're listening to 90.1 WIUP FM. You just heard Compass by The Neighborhood. That song will conclude our 2010s portion, and we're going to hop into some newer tracks here from the 2020s. Going to start with something from an album I played last week that I really have been enjoying. As I mentioned last week, it's Lil Yachty with his new album, Let's Start Here, and this song is called We Saw the Sun. So once again, Lil Yachty with We Saw the Sun right here on 90.1 WIUP FM.
Drops
Gonna hop into some new tracks here once again with Over It by Dana Y off her new studio album, The Liar, right here on 90.1 WIUP FM. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that was Overbite there from Thumper, some new music off their album Delusions of Grandeur. Currently 5:01, which means that'll do it for my show today, today's edition of Matty P's Afternoon Mix. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in, and same time, same day next week for more great music. Thank you very much.